Hi, welcome back to Sugar Beats. My name is Colin.
It's your boy Luke.
And I'm Cody.
We just finished watching Andor episode 8, and we're just going to get into it. Cody, let's start us off.
Okay, Andor, we are starting right at the top with this prison. These are some aggressive shore troopers to start.
Oh, yeah.
And they are going to send him off to a work camp. Holy crap.
Terrifying. The first guy that I don't know what his rank would be, but the introduction person is what a speech. What a speech that man gives, and the pleasure that he took in just being like, I'm sure you're wondering why we don't have guns. Tee hee hee. Click.
Yeah, let me show you why we don't have any weapons.
The smug face.
I thought they were like wearing shot collars or something because the way they were reacting, but the floor is like conductive.
Yeah.
Like the floor is the shot collar.
Yeah, and we couldn't figure out why they wanted them all barefoot. We're like, this is a weird power play.
Yeah, it was very strange.
I thought it was because they might have been hiding something in their shoes. No, it was so they could like
they were in flippy
shock
floppies.
them to death.
Yeah, they are obsessed with shocking these guys. They're shocking them on the floor. They are shocking them with the poles.
Yeah.
They are ready to go.
The floor, honestly, I think it's like an obsession for them because the shoes. Have we seen the shoes?
Oh yeah,
The best part of
those
the outfit?
Imperial's kicks were real. Like they were the most stylish and full shoes I've ever seen in my life.
Nike. If you listen to me, if you make those shoes, I will spend an exorbitant amount of money on them. I think the actual camp itself is one of the most like mentally devastating things.
They set up so well just how oppressive it is.
Yeah.
You see, Luke, do you have Naruto socks on?
Yep.
You were labeled like one of
they
Andy's
match.
toys.
Labeled like one of Andy's toys.
Shit, he's right.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
So they did an incredible job showing just how oppressive this prison is. You get Andor, he's always kind of questioned everything. He questions his sentence, like doesn't get it. He's like, yeah, but I'm a tourist.
Right.
And by the end of the episode, you just see him like, all right, this is my life. He's 30. We figured 30 days in.
Yeah, right about.
I mean,
shifts.
yeah, they're using Arabesh, but for the most part,
We saw the days. It was 2089.
yeah. So
89.
it's in Arabesh,
Okay. Yeah.
which is the Star Wars language.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the numbers, you can kind of figure out what they are.
Yeah.
But
And then
he is not ready to go that first day. And by the end of it, he's like, all right, this is
He was a
life.
little like, what?
Yeah, just massive panic attack.
Oh,
He didn't even
you
sleep.
wouldn't?
He was just like, sitting in the prison like, oh God.
But tell me
Yeah.
you wouldn't have that panic attack.
No, I would have been terrified.
I almost had a panic attack looking at it.
The cinematography was really cool. They did a really nice job setting up that like feeling of anxiety with the like, deep zooms on a bunch of things. It was.
I love the first intro of like the prisons. You saw there were like 8 of them, right?
Yeah.
These like giant.
I think there was
damn-
even more than that. I think
Yeah.
the whole, so that's most likely a moon. Narkina 5.
Yep.
I don't know that we've ever seen it before, but
No.
it looks to be a moon. Anytime you get a number on something like that, probably a moon.
Yeah.
Intense. I was all excited. I'm like, oh my God, we're getting water. It's not sand. And then it's just a prison.
Yeah.
It's a really classy, cool prison, but
Reminded me a lot of the Camino cloning facilities.
yeah, I saw the white and I was like, holy.
Very
Or like
sterile.
the
Yeah.
inside of a Carillion cruiser.
Okay.
They're like ridiculously white
Yeah.
for like no apparent reason. Just like bing.
Yeah. Still, the only color is the shoes.
Oh, I know.
That's my. I'm gonna.
There's the orange, like the orange on their suits. Those are the
Yeah.
only like.
Oh yeah, they do have like a little bit of orange on the prisoner suits.
Yeah.
So we get 30 days of Cassian's 6-year sentence. That's Cassian, or as he's being called in this, he's going by Keith Girgo.
He's sticking with that. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't give his real name either. He's
No.
wanted by everybody.
Yeah. The Empire literally just like launched a little star galaxy-wide search for this man.
Let's get into that. So Daedros going hard in the paint trying to get him.
Yeah.
Okay, so hard in the paint that because Karn keeps putting in requests to find him, she calls in Karn. And oh my God, is she about to tear him a new butthole?
Yeah, Karn sucks.
Yeah. still barely above Tim with 2 M's.
Yeah. Tim's the worst. We definitely agree.
Fuck Tim.
No, Tim.
Apparently, Karn had signed Blevins' report without reading it.
Mm-hmm. If you remember, well, he wasn't. When he was like sitting there, Blevins had them all in the office.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're gonna sign this sheet," and then he like tried to say something. He was like, "Nah, dude, people died today because of you. You're gonna sign that."
Yeah, crazy that he didn't get to read it. I mean, it makes sense. But the fact that she actually gives it to him to read is like, all right, my prediction's probably right. He's getting pulled in.
Well, when he does read it, she's like, "Is there anything that isn't in this report?" And he's like, "His cloak was gray." And on her face, she was like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me, bro? Are you serious, dog?"
He had dark shoes. Oh, so
like, oh,
descriptive.
You're really helping the Empire. Thank you so much.
I got to talk to your uncle now.
Right.
Yeah.
Big problem.
I think Karn's going to be getting a little more and more screen time as we go on with this one.
Yeah.
Daedra's going for it, though.
She's not messing around either. The asking for all of that support in the meeting.
Yeah, it wants probe droids, wants everything to kind of keep an eye on them. So that'll be interesting to see progress. All right. So Mothma and Luthen, what?
I was saying that with Mothma, right? It was kind of so there was like Mon Mothma's whole. She's doing like more political meetings and stuff.
Yeah,
like way more often for her like deal with her banker. What's that? Her like best banker friend. I forget what his name is.
Tay Kolma.
Yeah.
Tay.
Tay.
There it is.
And she's like trying to move funds, but like the Emperor's putting Imperial spies and stuff everywhere.
Yeah, so it's really interesting to see how openly they're talking about being against Palpatine.
Well, I mean, you kind of heard the writers, I think, did a little parallel to U.S. politics when they were like, oh, but they're like he's like aggressive and like list all of the bad things, and then the other person was like, oh, but he says what he thinks. And they were like, that's what he was like latching onto. And so I think that he was like, oh, and it's about politics, not speeches, which that's a good line. I see you writers. But you can kind of tell that they have like the political discourse is pretty open about the actual policy themselves. They're not saying like, oh, I hate the Emperor. The Emperor sucks. But they're definitely being like, man, bit aggressive, don't y'all think? This is a lot, huh?
And I think it's interesting to see a lot of talk in this one about people being former separatists. We'll get to a big one in that. But you don't really see that as much people talking about formerly being a separatist in the time of the Empire. That's not really focused on as much. It's really good insight. It's like, okay, we're going to drop the lines in the future to come together for some of the rebellion, because there's a good amount of separatists involved in the rebellion. Now we're going back to Bix and Marva.
Yeah. I had a bit of I was very excited to see Marva, and then she was like, and I might put it in the clip. Yes. Oh no.
Oh no.
So Marva's doing. I was very excited to see them back. But man, Marva's losing it.
Well, she got beat up.
She said she fell trying to like find an old tunnel under the hotel.
Yeah, she fell.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
It's okay. You caught the other one.
I did catch that.
You caught Vel and Cintas.
Yes.
It is Cintas. Don't worry. I don't know what you're.
So she said, stay here alone. And she was like, maybe I'm a rich girl trying to run away from my family. And she said, that's cold even for you.
Yeah.
So now we know Vel's backstory.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why she has all them nice robes and was cool on Coruscant.
I'm glad Cintas was like the rebellion.
He said Cintas too. Bix getting captured. That, it's getting real.
Yeah.
Because they hit a Pac pretty hard.
He looked very sad and very like.
He looked worn
sad.
out. He looked worn out like he'd been tortured 2 days straight.
Yeah, not sad.
With no sleep. Like
you can be sad and in pain.
They definitely love electricity. You saw the straps on the chair, right?
Yeah.
They definitely used electricity on them. There's no way they didn't.
Yeah, because he wasn't like all bruised up.
Shocky.
Yeah.
They have an obsession with shocking.
Real big into shocking.
The other big character we finally see him, Saw Gerrera.
Yeah. I'm putting in our reaction.
Show me Saw.
Yeah.
Let's go!
We called it. It was kind of
Yeah.
funny because you said he was going to be.
Oh, I've been
either
calling this for
one or the last
weeks.
one.
I was
And he
calling this.
like, bam, Saul Guerrero.
I was
episode
calling
8.
this before the poster got dropped.
Oh, yeah, you
With him.
were.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool to see Saul Guerrero. He's basically just like independent, like
Well, the problem
he's
is
not even a rebel or whatever. He's just this guy who kind of doesn't like the
the
Empire.
problem is his faction is so extreme because of him that nobody wants to work with him because he'll anything that he justifies as being part of the cause, cool. And now you just kind of have to deal with that. So we see that a lot in Rebels, especially. You see it a little bit in Clone Wars. It's just that he goes so far to the extreme for what he believes in. Everybody else be damned. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping he becomes part of like a big mission and not just, hey, I'm here to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's still just as insane as when you first meet him. Like he is.
Well, when you
fun.
when you first meet him in the timeline would be Clone Wars
Yeah,
before he loses his sister. He's not as insane there yet.
that's fair. But homeboy is.
He's not all there,
Aggressive.
but
He's intense.
yeah. What are our predictions for next episode?
So I'm thinking that we are going to get a little flash forward. And Cinta is going to get us a bit more info on the rebels and stuff. And she's going to report back to Vel. And then we're going to see the beginning of another plot to get Andor out of jail.
If they even figure out that Andor's there, how are they figuring out Andor's there? What causes that? You know,
Oh, yeah.
and that because he's purposely not giving up his name because if he gives up his name, he's there for life. That are just dead. They just make him dead. So that's gonna be really interesting. Like, I think he probably spent at least another episode still in prison, and it's a matter of how much time elapses. I think they could easily go 6 months to a year in the next one. Now that they've set all this up, and I think we're gonna start focusing a little bit more on Saw as Cassian's in prison.
Yeah. Who are we? Luke, what are your predictions?
Like I'm thinking about it. What Cody says is like, how do they set that up? I don't. So to sum up the episode, it was really interesting to see like how strict they were in the prison, and like this is definitely the reason he doesn't like the Empire very much.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think this is going to be a big factor into why he gets so deep into the rebellion by the point of Rogue One. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how much time he puts in. I easily could see it hitting a year by the point he gets broken out. The fact that they gave us a month in that episode was a lot already.
Are we all in agreement that we think he's gonna get broken out eventually?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think it's going to be at least one more episode.
They'll probably do some stuff along the lines of like they'll still show Mon Mothma's stuff in the background, and she's the Emperor's starting to clamp down on the senators more with like security and watching them and stuff.
Maybe we'll see a big Mon Mothma episode coming up.
Yeah,
maybe
it has been a lot more clips
Yeah.
of her.
It was really cool to see some X-Wings.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let us know your predictions. Hit those comments.
Tell your mom that you love them, and give your dog a kiss on the lips for me.